We are back in our 2021 Ford Titanium Hybrid. It's an Escape. So today we're going to focus on the screen and some of the items that are on there. So let's start. This is the home screen, and you can see here the little house. So there's the home screen, and it's in three pieces. One is the navigation is over here. Two is this happens to be entertainment or audio, and then this one is the phone itself. So then on the bottom are the important tiles. So you have audio and phone, navigation, apps, and settings. So if you have navigation with your service, then you will have this. If you didn't get navigation, you won't have it, of course. So let's go through these and take our time and get you somewhat familiar with it. So first I'm going to go to audio. And audio, you can get a pretty good idea here. It's actually fairly simple and straightforward to use. We have Sirius radio, but you can just go to your sources up here. AM, FM, Sirius. You could play it, of course, through your phone. This is interesting. We'll talk about it a couple times, but you have Ford, and I'm going to use the word Echo instead of the other name. And we use the Pandora app. Now, both of these play through the phone. So just so you know that. So if I went, what time is it?
1:02 p.m. Happy Wednesday.
So it's nice because we have a lot of smart home devices. So I can open, close garage door. I could turn on lights. I could do a whole lot of things for a house, change the temperature as we get home, etc. So this is pretty nice. And you can see here, it does have a menu, things to try, etc. So it gives you a lot of things that you could do. Here's your smart home here, as we said. And so we use it and we like it. So again, sticking with the audio, as I said, we have, I'll go back to the sources, and you have an AM radio and FM radio, and we showed you the other ones that work through your phone. So simple, very straightforward, no issues at all. Everything works fine. We do wish that the Pandora worked through Sirius, but it doesn't. It works through the phone. So if we go to the phone, you can see you have your recent call list, contacts, what phone is being used. So I happen to also have my phone on it, so I'm going to show you in a second how we change phones. Do not disturb, so we don't get disturbed while driving. The phone keypad, of course. Text messages are good. They work well, especially if you use, in the case of my wife, her phone, she uses Siri, and it works really good. You use it with a long hold. So over here on the steering wheel, you could see right here. So if I use the long, I don't have her phone, but let me try. What time is it?
It's 1:04 p.m.
So as you could see, Siri works awesome. You could do text messages back and forth. Really simple. So I'm going to change it now to my phone. And my phone happens to be a Pixel. And I'm going to connect everything. And watch how fast it is. It's very, very quick. And there it is. So you could see the check mark. Oh. It looks like it's playing music through my phone, which I didn't intend. So there we go. You could see that worked pretty good. And now the menu is the same, except, of course, now it would phone voice assistant. Anyway, you could see the audio. You could see the phone. So far, those are pretty easy and straightforward. We like them. So navigation, we got a couple of pros and cons here. Navigation is a fairly good size screen, but not great. And let me tell you why. Is while you're driving down here, it keeps providing you with information down here. So the map isn't actually quite as big as it looks, especially when you have directions. So let me try navigate to McDonald's.
Please say a line number, next page.
So
or
this
say
would be
number.
the closest one
When
to
ready,
us.
press the voice button. and
So as
then
you could
say,
see, all I
"Save
did is I
destination,"
pressed the
or dial
voice
number.
and let go. So I just tapped it and let go. I said navigate to, it gave me that. And so now you could see I've got it here and it gives me the right location. There's the blinking M for McDonald's. But if I put start,
Please proceed to the highlighted route and then the route guidance will start.
now this will go away as it did. And as you're driving, the turns and other things come up and it takes part of your screen away. We've tested it with Apple Play. Play looks amazing on this. It just looks great. So for whatever it's worth, right now I would say that the navigation works fine. Size of the screen is okay. Like I said, it just has some minor issues of things that we don't like. And you can see there's the control, so that'll bring you back up to your main tabs here. And you could put it in 3D. So I don't know if you can notice that, but 3D, and then you can go back to 2D. So there's 3D. That's a different view, switching the directions. And this one just shows that you're going in the same direction. So that's kind of interesting, and that's nice. And again, this would go away as you're driving. So it gives you a good size here. I just caution you that while you are using it, keep in mind that as items pop up, the screen isn't quite as big as it looks here. But all in all, I would tell you it's good. Navigation is much better than Ford used to be. The ability to just talk and say navigate to and have it give you options is great. So we like that. And let's go ahead back to the controls here. And so there's, we've done audio, phone, navigate, and of course the longest one is going to be settings, but apps. I already showed you some with the apps. We have the Ford and Echo, as I showed you before, the Pandora app, so they pop up, and SiriusXM Travel Link, so you could see that you can get traffic, fuel, movies, weather alerts, parking information, ski option conditions. We don't need that right now, and sports info. So isn't that neat? And subscription information there. So I don't know if these are working right now because I just did an update, but let's see. And sure they do. And it gives you the prices, the locations. You could tap on the location and the gas that you want, and it takes you there. So isn't that great? So that's Ford Travel Link. There's a complimentary that you get with the by signing up after you get your automobile, since this was new. So I'm going to pause here for a minute before we go to settings. Bluetooth devices, let's do that next. And Bluetooth is simple and works really well, by the way, in this car. I've been impressed with it. You want to add a device, it's easy. It pairs very easily, turning it on and off. View devices, there should just be two. Both our phones, if I want to change it from one phone to the other, and I want both of those, 1, 2, 3, done. So it's switched to my phone. So simple. Ford did a good job there also. So another pat on the back for them. Phone, and you could view the devices. I already showed you that. Once you have the phone, you can manage your phone contacts. Set the ringtone. You may want a different ringtone from the one that's on your phone, or you want your phone ringtone to be the one that you hear in the car. Text messaging works great. Plus, if you have an iPhone, you could use Siri by holding it in, holding the voice command right here. And if you hold that in, it would be Siri. In my case, because I have an Android phone, it would be Google Assistant. You're able to have a privacy button if you want. So this way, when there's a phone call, you could, if you put it on private, it won't blast all over the car through the speakers, but you'd have to talk on your phone, which we really don't want to do this day and age. Do you want a low battery notification for your phone? That's kind of cool. Sirius XM, not much to tell there. I mean, Sirius XM gives you a few items that you could use, and so if you have Sirius, you have your own button there. Driver assistance, there's a number of settings here that you could use. So cruise control, I have it on intelligent. So you can, on cruise control, you can have adaptive to keep you exactly as you want to be behind the car in front of you. As you can see right there, it shows you. Normal is just cruise control. It doesn't do anything as far as the car in front of you. Or I have it on intelligent now. I want to check this out using the speed limit signs, etc. So I don't know how that's going to work now, but we're going to try that. Lane keeping system. So if you didn't know it, depending on the package you have, if you have the lane keeping system, this actually is nice because it keeps you in the lane. So if you're over 40 miles an hour when you're driving, if the car starts veering out of the lane, it'll pull you back in that lane. Let's see if it shows so you can see here. These are nice little videos, by the way, they have, and you can see it keeps you in that lane. So if you start veering over either way, it brings you right back. Pre-collision assist. So it pops up. It'll stop you, by the way, and it does. It works. We only tried it at a stoplight. It works. It slows you down. It worries you, but it slows the car down. And I don't know if it's on here, but it actually, the car will maneuver a little bit and move you around. Speed sign recognition, it does recognize the speed limit sign, and so the camera is able to see that. Rear view camera, park aid, delay, etc. The rear camera is really neat. It gives you a nice clear view, and it's really good. Cross traffic alert. Oh, let me go down here. So we've had that in the parking lot. We did get an alert where somebody was backing out rather quickly as we were coming down. So you want that. That's another one. This is a very safe car. Our insurance, compared to the 2015 model we traded in, is only $20 a year higher. So very little. Driver alert, the famous cup of coffee that pops up if it feels like you've been driving for a while and you're not doing things totally in control, and traction control to make sure reduces your wheel slip when you accelerate. That's a nice one to have. The vehicle itself, after 30 minutes, if it's been idling, it shuts off. We like that. Rear occupant alert. Remind you to check the vehicle for rear. It actually is pretty good. A couple times it made me look in the back and see that I had put mail there or something else. And of course, if you have children, it's really beneficial. Easy entry exit. What this one does is it moves your seat. And so when you get out of the car, when you shut the car off and you're getting ready to exit, it actually moves the seat back and up so you can easily exit the car, and the steering wheel also. And I'm sorry, yeah, it does the steering wheel also. And when you get in and you put on your seatbelt and start the car goes to the exact number that you want on your memory, 1, 2, or 3, whatever the last one was that was on there. Nice. Remote start, you can start your car remotely. That's good. Ambient lights in this car are great. They're just great. I'll just show you a cup holder. But these are really nice, aren't they? I mean, that's really nice. You could see them on the steering wheel. You could see them here on the door handle. Nice job. Let's see. So we talked ambient light, wipers, simple. Intermittent wipers, etc. Everything is on the stock here on the steering wheel, right here. And there's even a little button at the end that allows you to use the rear hatchback wiper. Power lift gate. We just use our feet mostly, but anyway, you could do it from inside the car. You could do it with your key fob. Lighting. You could set the headlight behavior. We have it on automatic, and it works great. And the door keypad. We have a keypad on the door with the code, so if all else fails, we can get in that way. Ford Pass Connect. I talked to you already about Ford Pass. General. We don't really need to spend any time here. It's just as it says, general licenses, modem numbers, software, things like that. Wi-Fi, and my car in the garage, I do get updates OTA via my Wi-Fi network, and it works great. 911 Assist, automatic updates, so I set it to automatic. So this way, when there is an update available, it does download and install in my car. All the different versions. Mobile apps, not much to say there. There really aren't all that many apps. These are just the settings for them. Apple CarPlay, I gotta give kudos. I have an Android phone, but Apple CarPlay looks really good in this car. So great news there. So if you have Apple CarPlay, you do have to use a USB. On it. It's not wireless, but the minute you plug it in, it just works really good. The maps are nice. Let me go back to settings. The display depends on the comm screen. Background, you could change the colors. So you just select the background. There's only 4. Display brightness, I have it on auto, so it depends on what it sees from the sun, nighttime, etc. And so as you can see, I have it on auto. Voice control, we have it in advanced mode. So this way we don't have that many prompts when we push the button. So like we could, it's just a single push and a release, and then you give the command. There's also a list of voice commands in case you're not quite sure which ones to use. Valet mode. So somebody's going to be driving your car. You can put the car in valet mode. Requires a PIN, and you have to enter that. Number 1, and number 2 is you can kind of control what people do when they have your car. This is really nice, of course. And navigation is just the different settings. Map, we have ours on 2D. You can have a 3D map. Route preferences, we have it on fastest. And navigation preferences would be the the way you get your prompts and what they look like, etc., etc. So there's a nice look at all of this stuff inside our Ford. I'll put it back into home mode. So it's just great, and it works fine. Everything about it is good. There you go. There you went through all of our settings. The screen looks good. We're going to take some drives, and with those drives, we're going to look at this screen, which is the center screen, currently on comm screen, as you see. And we'll show you how you change screens. And you can go to normal and echo or eco, sport, slippery, snow, sand assist, normal. So isn't that good? A lot of options that Ford now gives you.